Yo, what's the deal? It's your player partner, Bobby WAJ. Coming at you yet again with another live broadcast right here, Bobby Your Imperial Vision. We're going to get into some very interesting topics of discussion tonight. Tonight we will be discussing the origin of the blood walk. Shout out to my player partner, Rada Da Rob. This song right here was created by my player partner, Rada Da Rob. Man, shout out to you. Much love and respect, man. 7:30 J Beezy, what's the dinner, man? How you feeling? God bless you and your family, man. Money don't grow on no tree. Cause it's a journey out here, money don't grow on no trees. Who I got tomorrow for the verses? Come on, big dog. You already know who I got tomorrow for the verses, man. I got who you got. Who you got? That's a question, man. Who you got? I guarantee you we going for the same person. Who you got? 7:30 JBZ. Before we jump into this content, that's crazy. It is I should have did this topic tomorrow when all the bloods get together, so we can get some bloods on here to tell us whether or not it's any validity to the origin of the blood walk, inspired and copied from the Mexican community. 10 songs, I got YG. If it's 20 Game, I'm going with Game just off top. I thought we was kind of like on the same frequency there, brother. YG ain't fucking with Game. Lorel Garcia, Blue Man is in the building, man. We gonna get into this the topic of discussion tonight, but 7:30 JBZ has also presented an interesting topic. Who y'all got for the verses tomorrow? I'm gonna stream it live. You feel me? Who y'all got in the verses tomorrow? YG or the Game? I'm going with the Game. The Game has some significant contributions to the West Coast as well as just the hip hop community as a whole. Man, the game is underrated, man. You know what I mean? You gotta understand when Cass wasn't really doing nothing on the West Coast. When he say that he, put Compton on his back or put LA or put the West Coast on his back, man, he did that. You know what I mean? LA Cass was kind of quiet for a minute. I mean, you heard Snoop Dogg, but Snoop Dogg wasn't that Snoop Dogg that we kind of grew up on. No, hold on. Because that blue carpet treatment, when Snoop dropped that blue carpet treatment, I feel like that was Snoop Dogg's last album that can potentially be considered a classic. But I think the blue carpet treatment come years later after? Yeah, I think the blue carpet treatment came a couple of years later, but I can be wrong. I know the Game came out with that the documentary like what 04, 05. Me and my brother was just discussing this. Man, almost every track on the documentary was cold. The Game really put on for the West Coast, man. You can't overlook his musical contributions, not only to the Damus, shout out to the Damus, Compton, Los Angeles, and just the West Coast in its entirety, because wasn't nobody really making no noise on the West Coast. You had G Unit, the Dipset on the East Coast. You had Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a permanent fixture from the East Coast. And you had the cast from down south that was making a lot of noise. You wasn't really hearing nothing from the West Coast. And then Game manifested onto the scene, man, and he really did his thing. Like YG ain't I'm most definitely going with Game. Hold on, let's see if anybody else dropped it in the comment who they going with. Abdullah Issa says, what up, Bobby? Yay in the chat, man. Much love and respect from us to you and yours on the Renanels. 7:30 JBZ says his antics make N-words overlook his age. You right. When you right, you right. You absolutely right. 7:30 JBZ says his antics make N-words overlook his work. He one of the GOATs for sure, most definitely. So how could you compare him or even put YG in any type of class over him unless it's been authentic in the streets? But it's certain things that has been said and circulated around YG's name, most noticeable about him being a Crip up out of Paramount. You know what I mean? Before he was Treetop Power Blood, when he was out there in Paramount with Money and a couple of more people, my homie Lil Heavy and all them dudes and some more people, one of my baby mamas, they was all out there in Paramount, yeah, and Paramount and all that with each other. And a lot of people say that YG really was a Crip. Some people say, no, he wasn't a Crip. He wasn't a Crip. He was a part of a crew on one of those blocks down there in Paramount, North Long Beach, that area and whatnot. He was a part of a crew where majority of the members from the crew was Crips, and that's how it got misconstrued about him being a Crip, but he never was a Crip. Some people say that he was a Crip. Some people say he wasn't a Crip. But YG, he kind of got a few things associated with his name as well. He probably ain't cry all on what was it that music video show when the game was on it. Well, man, because man, this is how I feel, man. And I feel like hip hop is water. I feel like hip hop is watered down, man. And if it's like this, then man, I don't even want to rap no more. I just want to give it up. I'm looking at this like, what? Man, you the toughest gangster rapper on the West Coast. You got 50 and all these dudes coming after you, man. You didn't stood through that just to do this interview and start crying like, man, And if this is what hip hop is coming to tonight, I was like, oh no, this dude is losing his marbles. Then he started doing other stuff. Remember him? See, this made the West Coast look. This made LA. I don't like to say the West Coast when I'm referring to LA County specifically, right? A lot of people do that. They say California, but they're specifically talking about LA. Don't do that to the brothers from the Bay, the brothers from Fresno, Bakersfield, and Sacramento, and all this and all that. Don't do them like that. When you're saying something disrespectful or disparaging towards LA, don't say all of California, because the brothers from the Bay ain't got nothing to do with it. Fresno, Bakersfield, San Bernardino, San Diego, so on and so forth. But I will specifically say this. Snoop Doggy Dogg, and the game made Los Angeles County and city look terrible. When they went down there and had a peace meeting with the Los Angeles Police Department before they even considered having a peace meeting and sitting down with Crips and Bloods and Pyrus and Grooves to figure out how can we better our community? How can we support the people of these communities? And Snoop Dogg, I knew this was some propaganda. This dude, Snoop Dogg, gonna put on a 1980s Crip uniform, a Crip outfit, a blue flannel shirt. I believe he had on a blue beanie, some blue chucks, some blue khakis. Like he going down there on some NWA SHIT to say F the police and get it cracking. I'm like, man, why is all this? Why not put on a business suit if you all, forgive me, hold on, let me find this charger, man. Keep this computer stopped. Hold on. Hold up. Wait for the we soft. We don't. There we go. Yeah, it just did something to me, man. When Snoop Dogg put on that 1980s Crip uniform outfit and he went down there to talk peace with the police, talk sensibly. Well, I know that the police have enough. That. The frustration, the agitation, the resentment from the community, man. Y'all was supposed to communicate that. Y'all was supposed to express that to the police, but y'all went down there and made peace with the police. Instead of making peace between the Crips, the Bloods, the Hoover Grooves, and the Pyrus, y'all made peace with the police. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying we still have babies being unalived in the streets. We still had brothers that's apprehensive about leaving outside their homes. Can we make our community safe first? Can we get on one accord before y'all go make a peace pact with the police and don't include or consult the individuals in the streets that's been beaten like dogs, that's being brutalized, victimized, and dehumanized by law enforcement? They didn't include anybody that was actually in the streets. They took it upon themselves to go be the representative of the people, and you are not. You are not. But I said all that to say this. 730J Beasley says BPMS is different. 730J Beasley says, yep, I just think because game music was the last of that time period. It's an older LA sound versus the new. Nah, you can't say that, big dog. Man, that dude Game, that dude can rap. Man, he can see the thing about Game. He's like a chameleon. He's number one. He's a student of hip hop. He's a student of rap. This dude can rap like Biggie. He can rap like Shine. He can mimic Nipsey Hussle. He can rap like Ice-T, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Eminem. Man, this dude is a real life rapper. This dude then study rap music. Like, all right, I like how he structured his bars. I like how he said this. I like how he went in and out this verse. I like how he adjusted his voice. Like, that dude can rap. YG, he just sounds like YG. You don't get a lot of depth when you're listening to a YG song. And a lot of YG music sound alike. With Game, you get a whole lot of variety. Remember that it's the what was it the Bone Thugs and Harmony remake that he made. Man, that was a cold cut. The Game got some cold man. That man. But then again, it's kind of like this, right? It's about who can move the crowd. Now that YG got more of those songs that can move the crowd and get people, involved in moving and all this and all that, that's who's gonna win, because it ain't about the lyrics when you doing these verses and whatnot. It's about who can make the crowd move. You know what I mean? Now watch this. And I know a lot of you gonna disagree with me. Then we're gonna get into the origin of the blood walk. I tell anybody that'll listen, Lil Wayne, arguably one of the greatest rappers of this the later rap era and whatnot. Some people say of all time, right? Lil Wayne cannot with Future in a verses. Listen to me. Lil Wayne, Dwayne Carter cannot with Future if they ever did a verses. Future gonna fuck him over. And I know some people will say, man, what you talking, man? What Bobby you talking about? Man, he talking bush. No, it's the truth. Future got too many cuts that make people want to dance and move and all this. Like, if it's a versus, man, I'm going with Future all night, all day. Man, listen, I'm going to my cousin's funeral, man. I'm on a freeway and I'm feeling kind of sleepy, man. I put on some of that Future. Finish in the fast home, been alive in his hand. 100,000 in gas, man. Next thing I know, motherfucking lights behind me. The police pulling me over, man. I'm flying, listening to Future. But that's that type of music, man. When I be jumping in my car and I got a playlist, homie. Hold on, let me show you this. This is how serious I am about this right here. Hold on, I got a whole playlist dedicated to Future. Hold on, it's called Future Shit. Let's see if it's still connected.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna get at me about playing this song, but it's all good. This is my joint right here.
Yeah, man, kicking it. Crossed out chain, I went to the floor, dog. Ain't trying to be cool, no rap, nigga.
I'm fucking ain't hoes, dog. Hey, I can't play all of it. Damn, pause. I can't play all of it. But Lil Wayne is not fucking with Future in the verses. So, and I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it right here. YG ain't fucking with the Game in the verses. If anybody want to, well, they don't measure it. Not measure it. They don't judge it and determine who's the winner or whatnot. They leave that to your interpretation and your discretion and whatnot. But I'm going with the Game all night, all day, man. He got way more cuts. He got way more hits than YG. YG do kind of got that the ratchet music and all this and all that. But when he played Tooted and Booted, that's gonna be a cold one. Tooted and Booted. I like that song. YG got a few cuts, man, but I don't see him fucking with Game in the verses, man. Let's read a few of these comments. Shout out to my little partner, Rich Rabbit, man. Frank Nitty says Game got YG on the Renanils. Abdullah Issa says not Future, but Wayne. Oh, Future. Oh, Wayne from your city, New Orleans. So you from New Orleans, man. Shout out to my folks out there in New Orleans on the Renanils. I know y'all hot as a motherfucker down there. I know it's muggy and humid and all that, and y'all got the mosquitoes out there and all that, man. But shout out to New Orleans, man. It's an abundance of love coming from, my section and y'all section, man, on the Renanils. We was off that Hot Boy heavy. What? That Hot Boy No Limit in Watts? Oh, man, we was on it heavy, man. Some of us thought we was from New Orleans, man, on the reels. He said, too damn hot. I can dig it. Rich Rabbit, what's the dinner deal? 730J Beezy says 100. That's what I'm thinking. The beats for a minute for YG is more high plate hop. Yeah, because he got the mustard beats. I'm different, ain't YG. That's not 2 Chainz. I'm tripping. Hey, yeah, he got them DJ Mustard beats, man. But I think Game probably got a few. Man, the Game got Dr. Dre beats, man. You know what I mean? Like, but it's all good, man. Let's jump into this content and let's see where the Blood Walk originated from. I thought the Blood Walk was inspired by the Crip Walk. You know what I mean? I thought the Crips had a tribal dance that they did and all that. And, you know what I mean? And all this and all that, rest in peace to Buddha. I believe Buddha or one of the members from the original Hoovers, the Hoover Crips, started the Crip Walk. I can be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to go to a Kev Mack video to get that right. I know Kev Mack probably documented that, but I thought the Blood Walk was inspired by the Crip Walk. But I guess I was wrong. A Hispanic dude hit me up because I commented on the video. They don't really like when I be commenting my version of the truth. So this is what the individual said to your player partner, Bobby WJ. Let's get this. Where is that? Let's see. Hold on. One guy called me an idiot. Like, wow, brother. All right, let's see where this guy said it. He said it. Where is it at? That's not it. Just bear with me. Hold on. Man, where is it, bro? If I can't find it, I'm going to just paraphrase what the brother said. But I don't like to misquote people. Hold on. There's a lot of comments. Let's see, this one may be it right here. Let's see. Okay, so this is what the young individual says. Crack era in prison politics divided the races. Long Beach black gangs were starting race wars against Mexicans. That's false. That is not correct. The modern street war fashion you see today came from the Mexican cholos. That's false. That is not correct. Especially in California, LA. No black American was dressing like this until they started adopting the Mexican gang model by the 1960s and 70s. That's false. That's incorrect. Starting with the Crips. That's false. That's incorrect. Only thing black American is the music in zoot suits from the 40s. The LA gang graffiti. That's false. That's incorrect. A lot of graffiti originated, well, I don't want to say originated because people been tagging up on stuff and all this and all that, right? But graffiti was something that was real big on the East Coast, in the Bronx, throughout several cities of, well, several boroughs out there in New York. And then when you start getting the images of the East Coast, the Bronx, Brooklyn, so on and so forth, and they seen the hit-ups, the tagging, the graffiti and all that, a lot of dudes start emulating. A lot of dudes start replicating what they were seeing coming up out of the East Coast. So I don't agree with that. 1960s and 70s, starting with the Crips, only thing black American is the music in zoot suits from the 40s. The LA graffiti, the workwear cholo style, that's not true. Those shirts, see, this person watched my content. Those shirts that they call the Charlie Brown shirts, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of Mexicans, to be exact, couldn't even afford them. It was working class individual Caucasians and blacks that originally started wearing those Charlie Brown shirts in the 1960s and the 1970s. Going into the 1980s, individuals had moved on to, more updated fashion. So the Hispanics came, the Chicanos, they came in typical Chicanos fashion. They say the blacks aren't wearing those anymore. Let's wear them. Same thing with Cortez's. Same thing with Chuck Taylor's All-Stars. At one point in time, All-Stars was just as big as Nike's way back in the days before Nike. A lot of NBA players was wearing Converse All-Stars and all this. And it was like it was a shoe that a lot of black young males sought after. They wanted a pair of Converse All-Stars. Just like when the Nike Cortez's came out, it was a go-to for a lot of individuals that was, peddling those narcotics and whatnot. The Hispanics wasn't, the Chicanos, they wasn't on Nike Cortez's when they came out. That was for D-boys. D-boys was wearing Nike Cortez's and all this and all that. So that's BS what he's talking about so far. Okay, he goes on to say the workwear cholo style and lowriders is fun. See, this is how much they copy us. He say lowriders is foundational Mexican American. Did he not just prove my point? Everything that we do, they do what? They emulate it. They replicate it. They imitate it. Whoever created the term foundational Black American, that was exclusive to Black folks. Now you have this Hispanic guy that's now referring to Mexicans as foundational Mexican Americans. Where did this come from? This will have to be a separate segment, right? But I don't, just hear me out, right? When we talk about foundational Black Americans, we're not just talking about people who came off these slave ships, but we're talking about the foundational Black Americans that was here. That was the foundation to the Americas. We're see, a lot of people say, well, the Native Americans was here first and everybody else, they're just pretendians. But when the people came here from Siberia, they was already what they call mounds. Over here, they call them mounds, but they're pyramids. There were mounds over here that was already built thousands of years before they came over here. And when you ask them, hey, where did these mounds come from? Did your tribe, did your people build them? They say, oh, no, we didn't build them. They were already here when we came here. So where did they come from? Did they just materialize, or did they just drop out of the sky? Somebody had to construct them, and the individuals that constructed them was the Indians that they did a paper genocide on. Not all individuals who look like me came here on slave ships. Who built the mounds in Illinois? Who built the mounds, pyramids up and down the Mississippi? It was individuals that look like you and I. And then when you start talking about the Aztecs and so on and so forth, those mounds predate the Aztecs and the Mayans. Who built them? You name me a Native American tribe here in the United States of America or anywhere throughout the Americas that constructed pyramids. It's none of them. They don't exist. They can't even explain them. They start, well, we think it was the thunder god or it was the rain god. Well, we're not sure, but we think it was a civilization. We think it was a civilization that was here before us. The supreme civilization. Who is the supreme civilization that was there before them? Us. Thank you. Let's get back into the content. For him to call his people foundational Mexican Americans, wow. But these are the same people that are saying, oh, yeah, now they're saying that they're foundational Black Americans, but they really came here on ships and they're this and they're that, and they're trying to alienate the blah, 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 blah. All this and all that. Now you're referring to your people as foundational Mexican Americans. Everything that we do, come on, man. I be trying to tell this to my people. Listen. Everything that we do, they emulate. Let me give it to you like this, baby. EMULATE. For those in the back who don't understand that, the emulate, motherfucker. I'm just saying, everything that we do, they replicate, they imitate. When we call ourselves this, they say, no, well, we're going to be this. When we say, hey, man, we doing this, they say, no, well, we're going to do this. Chicano, I'm talking about Chicano. The Chicano American culture do not advance forward without being able to mirror everything that the blacks is doing. Everything. Excuse me. And then you can see it throughout Chicano history, even going back to the 1920s and 30s. Duke Ellington and Cab Holloway wearing the zoot suits, and it don't mean a thing if it ain't got the swing. Man, they was emulating that. And then throughout the progression of time, even when brothers was wearing three-piece suits, when they were dressing similar or doing their best to outdress the Italian mobsters, when they were wearing three-piece suits, your granddaddy didn't sag. Your granddaddy didn't wear his pants beneath his buttocks. Your granddaddy wore his pants mid-session or right there on his waist. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when you look at a lot of the veteranos and a lot of Chicanos that wear the wingtip shoes, the Stacey Adams, the three-piece suits, or the slingshot tucked into the dress pants with the dress pants pulled up a little too high, where you think they got that from? The brothers, when they say, man, yeah, I'm about to go to the shop, man. I'm about to get my hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side. When they were dressing, that's how they was dressing. The way that you see these Chicanos dress, when they put on the dress shoes and they put on the slacks and the suspenders, brothers was dressing like that first. Man, what are you talking about? Any and everything that we do, they're going to try to find a way to say, no, we was there too. No, you was a spectator. You was a fan. You was obsessed with the culture, and you found the way to emulate. And the brothers, we never tripped off of it. The older brothers, they never tripped off of it. They weren't tripping. But when things became convoluted is when they aligned themselves with the Aryan Brotherhood and started saying, we don't like blacks. What? What you mean, Julio? Man, you done been over my house eating meatloaf. You remember that meatloaf my mama used to cook with the glaze? Yeah, dog, I like that meatloaf, homie. But it's politics, dog. I can't chill with you, homie. Nigga, I done been over your goddamn mama house eating sopes and all that good stuff, man. Yeah, I know, dog. Man, what you mean we can't be cool? And how you can't, dog? So you mean to tell me that I can't sit down right here at this table and whip your ass in dominoes the way I always do? Nah, dog, you can't, homie. Raul, is you for reals right now? I said, you fool. I'm serious, dog. If you come here and you sit here, dog, it's going to be a rieta, dog. And I like the homies, dog, they'll force me to do something to you, dog. Man, Julio, man, you goddamn shitting me, man. So you can't eat no chips out this bag of chips, and you stayed in my mama's refrigerator. Man, you stayed eating from our house. I know, dog, I'm sorry, fool, but we're cool with the white boys, fool. We can't even, hey, check this, dog. We can't even drink from the same water fountain, dog. Like, if we want to play basketball, we can't play basketball with you vatos. And brothers is like, what the fuck? So you telling me that you can't drink from a water fountain that I drink from. You can't occupy any part of the prison that I occupy. And we're going back to the 1960s Jim Crow type of, racism and division. But yet you listen to oldies drifting on a memory, especially Brent Woods. Booger, booger, ooga, booger, booger. Sprinkle down, sprinkle your love on me. The way you wear that little shirt with your I say down, girl, that's down, whatever you say. Man, they love Britton Woods. They love Lenny Williams. What's the name of that Lenny Williams cut? Cause I love you. You hit me. Come on, man. Don't get me started on la 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 means I love. I'm just saying. But y'all aligned yourselves with the Caucasian. It seemed like y'all should be listening to that shit. How y'all hate us, but yet you emulate us. And a large part of y'all culture is derived from black folks, even going to the civil rights. The Hispanics were being messed over, man. It took black folks to say, man, these people are human. Because at one point in time, especially in Fresno, I got family out there. Man, you had black folks and you had the Hispanics that was working in the field together on my mama. Picking strawberries, planting watermelon, and all this type of shit. Man, we was there with the Hispanics, man. When we was frying chicken and they ain't had no food, because a lot of them that came over here, they migrated to Fresno because it was an agricultural community, didn't have a lot of police. It wasn't la migra coming searching the fields to try to apprehend them. So black folks embraced them. So Miss Johnson, when she was coming to drop off chicken plates, because she made a whole lot of fried chicken or a whole lot of fried fish, black folks ain't alienate them and say, no, you can't eat with us. They gave them food too. They made sure that they eat. We ain't just have them Hispanics walking all the way 10 miles back to the city where people lived at. A lot of black people gave them rides. And when we was branching out and finding other places to reside at and all, Frank Nitty said, drop the link. I got you, man. There go the link right there. All non-blacks. Frank, I already said I don't go online, not even on my people channel. Oh, that's ese euro. Hey, now I can dig it, big dog, but you know what I mean? I can dig it. You feel me? I see why you wouldn't want to, but let's get back into this foundational Mexican-American situation, brothers. So he says, lowrider is foundational Mexican-American. That's false. I got a video, man. Let me show this motherfucking video, man. You got people that's saying, no, man, lowriding came from the blacks and the whites. That ain't come from the Hispanics. The Hispanics got into it, and what they did, they upped it. They updated, they took it to another level with the certain paint jobs that they was putting on a car. They had exclusive paints. And if you was black, a lot of them wouldn't even paint your car and put certain flakes and hit your car like they hit theirs. You had to be somebody to go get one of them fly Mexican paint jobs and whatnot. But Mexicans did not create lowriding. It didn't come from them. It came from black folks, and it came from white folks. It didn't start with y'all, man. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's get it. We're gonna get it to that's gonna be a separate topic. Separate topic. We ain't gonna do it all right here, right now. S.A. Hurdle says, listen to Bobby. You think Bobby gonna let me get a word in? He's like a dictator. I ain't gonna say nothing. Hey, listen, man, I don't want to be cantankerous. I don't want to be argumentative. If you come on, that's on, man, listen, that's word is bond. We're gonna use a speaker listener technique. When you speak, I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm not gonna interject. I'm gonna let you complete your sentence. I'm gonna let you complete your thoughts. I'm gonna let you fully express your feelings, and then that's when I will rebuttal or refute if necessary. You feel what I'm saying? So word is bond. If you come on, I'm gonna give you the flow. I don't have to talk. I don't mind listening. I'm great. I don't mind listening. I'm a great listener. So go ahead. Much respect to the chat, especially you, Frank. Bobby, much respect to your channel. Hey, much respect to you as well, man. You know what I mean? We ain't trying to create further divisiveness between blacks and Latinos, but it's certain truths that needs to be expressed and put out there, and it needs to be a certain level of accountability from my people and a certain level of accountability from your people as well. If we ever do plan on cordially coexisting, if we ever do plan on creating some form of a resistance to go against the powers that be, that's effing your people over, just in the same, that's effing your people over, just like they're effing my people over. But let's get back into this foundational Mexican situation. So he goes on to say the LA graffiti The workwear, cholo style, and lowriders is foundational Mexican American culture that was shared AMDE and made popular by hip hop rappers of the 90s. Eazy-E, Tupac, Snoop, Cube, DJ Quick, YG all recognize the real culture of black and brown people in the West. Did you know the blood walk came from the Mexican hat dance? DJ Quick said it himself. So when he said that, I say, hold on. The blood walk came from what? The blood walk came from where? And let's bring this up like this right here, man. You know, you got to give credit what credit is due, and the proof is in the pudding. This is your favorite rapper / producer, Mr. DJ Quick. Hold on.
It came from the Mexican hat dance that we used to do in school. That's all it is. That's all it is. It started with my nephew, Lil Rodney. He was playing around dancing, and everybody seen him doing it, and they liked it. They called me. It was like, check it out, Dave, you need to see this. He came in the house, and he started doing it. And I was like, oh, that's fly, you know. Let's tailor make it. Let's add some things to it, turn it into a routine. Maybe people will like it. So
welcome home, Latoya Jackson.
At the show where you see us in the yellow shirts with Mossburgers there at the Cedar Country Club, people got a kick out of it, so we started doing it more and more. It was actually called the skip walk first. It evolved into the B walk when people start crip walking against us, and so it became a negative positive thing like it always does naturally. You know what?
All good, brother James Cash. Much love. I gotta run this one back. That's where the blood walk came from.
It started with my nephew, Lil Rodney. He was playing around dancing, and everybody seen him doing it, and they liked it. They called me. It was like, check it out, Dave, you need to see this. He came in the house, and he started doing it, and I was like, oh, that's fly, you know. Let's tailor make it. Let's add some things to it, turn it into a routine. Maybe people will like it. So we busted it out at the show where you see us in the yellow shirts with Mossburgers there at the
This is crazy.
Club. People got a kick out of it, so we started doing it more and more. It was actually called the skip walk first.
The skip walk.
The B walk when people start crip walking against us, and so it became a negative positive thing like it always does naturally. You know what?
That's crazy, bro. Hey, shout out to this dude, man, that put me up on the origin of the blood walk. The blood walk was influenced by the Mexican hat dance. This is crazy. So shout out to Below One, BELOWONE. Shout out to Below One for educating me on the origin of the blood walk. Hey, on my mama, never in a million years would I have thought that the popular blood walk derived from the Mexican hat dance. I never knew that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hold on, man. Let's check out some. Let's check out some blood walking. Cause man, I done seen some blood walks, man, and you can't even tell it apart from the crip walk. Hold on, man. Maybe that's the Paru walk. No disrespect to the Parus, but hold on. Let's check out some blood walks, and you tell me what you think. Let's check out the blood walk. I'm gonna have to mute the sound so that so they don't trip on me. Hold on, let me mute it. Let's check out a few blood walks. Let me make sure I got it over here. I never really been, well, I can't be a fan of a blood walk because where I come from and what I am, you know what I'm talking about? But I never thought the blood walk looked cool. Sometimes you can see some brothers hoover stumping and all this and all that and doing a dance and all that. And be like, all right, that look kind of clean. But you rarely see a blood walk that's real clean and cool unless it's identical to the crib walking. This is no disrespect to my blood partners, none at all. So please don't take it as such. I'm gonna mute this and we're gonna get into a few of these blood walks. The only blood walks that look cool is the blood walks that mimic and emulate the crib walk. Let's get into this right here, man. Shout out to the Bloods, man. This ain't no shot. This ain't no diss. Let me mute this up. See, we see YG doing the blood walk. Hold on, y'all ain't even see it. Forgive me. Boom, there you go. Hold on, look at YG version of the blood walk. This look like the Hoover stomp. This look almost identical to what the Hoovers do. Check this out. Why they ain't going back? All right, let me see if I can grab it right there. Take it back. Check out YG version of the blood walk. This look crazy. Look at this. That don't look like the Hoover stomp. That's the Hoover stomp. That's the Hoover stomp. That ain't the blood walk. That's the Hoover stomp. Hold on. Let's check out a few more examples of the blood walk. That's the Crip walk. That's the Crip walk. That don't look nothing like no Mexican hat dance. Man, that's the Crip walk. Hold on. Let's get a few more instances of the blood walk. Hold on. Let me see. Or let's check out this guy do the blood walk. Oh, this is a tutorial. Man, get your dumb. That's the Crip walk, man. Hold on. Let's get some more. Let's get some Don moves doing a blood walk. Let's see. Oh, here go a Don Moves doing a blood walk. But I think he may be from out of state. No disrespect to the out of state Don moves. Solid blood walk 1. All right, let's check out this blood walk. The Alchemist. I gotta mute the song. Hold on. Come on, man. That's a mixture of the Crip walk and the clown walk. The heel toe. Look at that. Come on now. That's the Crip walk for sure. He fucking it up though, but that ain't the blood walk. Let's get one more example of the blood walk. Hold on, who is this? Tech9 and Calhoun performing blood walk. I don't know what they doing. That definitely ain't no blood walk. That look like the robot mixed with a little pop lock and a little Skeeter Rabbit. Nah, that ain't the blood walk. Let's see if we can get a certified Don Move blood walking. All right, let's check this blood out. Oh no, that's the Crip walk, man. Hold on, no. All these is the Crip walk. Let's see if we can get a Don Move doing the blood walk. YG version of the blood walk ain't nothing but the Hoover stomp. YG blood walk featuring Lil Wayne and D3SZN. Let's just get a bar of this. Hold on. Rep the Bloods. All right, this looks like a certified blood. Now blood walk on my page. B's up. Gang blood walking part 2. All right, we already watched that one. So let's just go up here. 211 blood walk. It should be some certified bloods blood walking in this. Let's see what they version of the blood walk look like. Hold on 1 minute. Blood walk. 211 Future and Act Right. Oh yeah, these look like some certified bloods, right? All right, check him out. That's the Crip walk. Yeah, these look like some certified bloods. Throwing up C blank, that's crazy. Throwing up C blank, a lot of C blanks in the video. Yeah, we don't see enough dancing in this video. Hold on, let me just go over here. See if we can check out some blood walking, man. Maybe YG video got some certified blood walking. Let's see. All right, we see the bloods in the video. Look like some certified bloods. Oh, they in the Niggasons. Niggason going to housing projects. Got the red rags everywhere. We can dig it. Yeah, I don't see no blood walking though. Yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. I don't see no blood walking. Try to see if I can get one more video of a blood doing a blood walk. We got Chris Brown right here. Chris Brown and Kai Cenat dance battle. Nah, he gonna be doing some crumping and shit. Let me see. I don't know, man. It's overpopulated with Crip walks. Let me see. Blood walk tutorial. Blood walk tutorial. We don't want no motherfuckers on the internet trying to show us how and what the blood walk is. Trying to get a certified blood to show us the blood walk. Cause that shit DJ Quick be doing trash. That shit, not shit like the blood walk is shit, but YG version of the blood walk and DJ Quick version of the blood walk is trash. Not saying the blood walk is trash to all my Damus out there. Yeah, I don't see no certified bloods on the internet doing a blood walk. So what we gonna do? We gonna end it with a certified Crip doing one of the most iconic Crip walks in the history of Crip walking. I can't play the music, but we just gonna check him out real quick. This is one of the coldest. Hold on. Check out one of the coldest Crip walkers in history. Let's go right here. We ain't gonna stay on it too long. OG Space Ghost Crip walk. Quite impressive. Oh yeah, that nigga be hitting that shit. Watch when he start going like that. This nigga's cold with it, OPJ. Man, this dude is cold. This had to be like the early 2000s with them bullshit ass wallabies on. All right, it's almost over and we about to get up out of here. You got to do. Oh, they ain't even do that one. It's all good, man. So now we know the origin of the blood walk actually comes from the Mexican hat dance. I didn't know that. I was today years old when I found that out. I'm glad that LaToya Jackson is free. I don't know who she is, but welcome home. Whatever you did to go to jail, don't do that shit no more. Stay out. God bless you. This, that, and third. We're gonna do a read a few comments and we're gonna get up out of here. Let's start right here. Oh, Johnny Robinson back, man. What's the deal, man? I'm glad you're all right, man. We've been asking about you, man. We glad you smooth. Yeah, bro, just on rebuild mode for now, and I can dig it, man. Frank Nitty says, get B Braves doing the walk. B Braves? Divine B Braves? Hold on. Oh, big B Braves. Hold on. Let's see. Let's check this out. Big B Braves. Blood walking. Let me see. I don't see no videos of Braves doing a blood walk. It's just songs and documentaries about him. Legendary Divine Blood rapper unalive. the story of B Braze. B Braze responds to ballistic. Oh, B Braze goes, but nah, that's the homosexual dude. Hey, yeah, B Braze talking around 1999. Yeah, I don't see no videos on none of the B Brazes doing a blood walk. But it's all good. We'll find it at a later time, man. Let's get these comments in and we're gonna get up out of here. Yeah, bro, just on rebuild mode for now. The great Mahdi says the G don't stand for me, gangster. For me, I'm a G, a God. I can dig it, brother. Frank Nitty says big Braze. Frank Nitty says Johnny Robinson 115 as long as you out on the Renegades. Great Mom says the G don't stand for gangster. For me, the G stand for God. I'm a God. That's right, brother. Johnny Robinson, positive thinking is what is needed. I tell myself that every day. Johnny Robinson says, on me, minor setback for a major comeback, bro. All good. Frank Fresh on the Renegades. The Great Mind says, facts, positive energy always causes elevation. Johnny Robinson says, shout out to D3, the Rally. The Great Mind says, peace. D3 be gassing. Abdullah Isa says, space goes from 9-0. Yeah, most definitely. The Great Mahdi says, gangs is some low vibrational SHIT, but that's just from my perspective, to each his own. I can dig it. The Great Mahdi says, N-words can walk, for reals, for reals. G11 says, DJ Quick tripping. I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know. The Hispanic dude brought it to my attention. I went, did my research, and DJ Quick said it out his mouth. He said the blood walk comes from the Mexican hat dance. That's crazy. Kamika Willis, peace and blessings to you, Queen. She says he was the best at it. No, I ain't gonna say he was the best at crip walking. Space Ghost, best at crip walking. Nah, man, I know some dudes that'll eat his ass up in crip walking. Nah, I ain't gonna go with that one. But he is one of the coldest ones to be publicized crip walking. You feel me? Frank Nitty says, a great Monday, peace to all the gods in the earth on the Renegades. Say, man, hey, man, that's my time, and I appreciate you. Amazing people coming on here supporting the platform, for tuning in, chiming in, macking in, and all this and all that. All praise be to the Most High God. Too black, too strong. What we need, what we got. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it, man. That's my time. What's up, baby? Yeah, yo, it's out, man. One love. What's up, baby? It's your baby. I'm screaming out, why send y'all go crazy? I'm a project, baby. You know I'm crazy. I fuck her so good, she be like, hold on, baby. Nigga, your old lady. It's my new baby.